This item sold for over $200, which was definitely a surprise to me, and it might be a surprise to you. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thanks for tuning in. My name is Amy. I am a full-time reseller. I resell mostly clothing on Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, and Depop. Today I have for you 20 items that sold for $40 or more. These items sold between August 14th and August 22nd. First up is this dress by the brand Atois. I do think this is a good brand and worth looking out for some of their styles. I think this style was just not the best looking. So when someone sent me an offer for $40, I just accepted because I wanted to move it. It also was an oversaturated piece. There were a lot listed in the same size. So I was just ready to recoup my investment and move on from this one. This is the Madison mini puff sleeve dress in primrose pink. I paid $28.66 for it. It took 154 days to sell. Someone sent me that offer for $40. I accepted, and that did only leave me with a profit of $3.34 on this. These next three Everlane items did sell for $40. First up was this Everlane turtleneck sweatshirt in light heather gray. I paid $11.20. It sold 42 days after listing and left me with $20.80 profit. Then this Everlane men's felted merino hoodie sold. I paid $11.90. It took only 15 days to sell. Selling at $40, I profited $20.10. Then this Everlane relaxed Oxford shirt in pink sold. The relaxed Oxford shirt I've sold in many colors, and I feel like every time it sells really quickly. This one sold in just 18 days. I had paid $8.50, and that left me with a profit of $21.61. The next item to sell was this really cute one-piece swimsuit by Andy. Andy Swim is a really good brand to look out for. Now, this is middle to late August, so I was sending out steeper offers trying to clear them out at the end of the season. So someone accepted my 40% off offer on this item. I had paid $10.45. It sold 23 days after listing for $48, and that left me with $25.93. This next item was such a great flip. I found these Lululemon shorts at a thrift store. I had paid $5 for them. They took 11 days to sell for $50 and left me with a profit of $35. Then I had this amazing full price sale. This is the Everlane track oversized crew sweatshirt in black. This one did take 50 days to sell. I had paid $11.20 and it sold for $50.40 over on eBay. That left me with $23.94. Now we're getting a little bit more into the more substantial pieces from Everlane. First up is this Everlane alpaca waffle stitch polo in sea glass. This one sold just 16 days after listing. I paid $11.20. It sold for $56, leaving me $31.45. Another alpaca piece. This is the Everlane collared button front sweater in blue. This one sold 14 days after listing. I paid $11.20. It sold for $58, leaving me $34.20. This next one was a really exciting flip for me. I found it on a road trip and I got it at a thrift store in Denver. These are the Madewell denim straight leg overalls in blue. They even had some paint on them, so I wasn't sure what type of value they would command given the condition, but I had paid $17.60 for these. They sold just 22 days after listing for $60, and that left me with a nice profit of $30.40. Next was another nice fabric content. This is the Everlane cashmere polo in black. I definitely recommend paying attention to the fabric tags on items, pretty much regardless of brand. Obviously, the brand will help them command different values, but fabric definitely carries value. So cashmere, alpaca, wool, all of those are doing really great right now. This one sold 81 days after listing for $66, leaving me $38.88 profit. Next is an item from the brand Buffy. This is the Eucalyptus King sheet set in dark gray. This one sold just 5 days after listing. It was such a quick sale. It sold for $75 and that left me with a profit of $47.77. Then another cashmere piece. This is the Everlane cashmere collared sweater in black. I paid $11.90. It took 37 days to sell, but it sold for full price. It sold for $77, leaving me a profit of $49.31. Next is a style from Show Me Your Mumu that consistently sells. This is the Jasmine halter mini dress in white. This one sold in just 6 days. I had paid $17.24 for this piece. It sold for $85, leaving me $51.80. This next item was not only cashmere, but I thought it was so cute. I love a waffle knit on items. This is the Belgian waffle pullover sweater by Everlane. This one took 31 days to sell. I paid $11.90, but it sold for $95. So that left me with a profit of $64.10. This next item surprised me with how long it took to sell. I love selling Tory Burch sandals. I have sold the Miller sandals over and over again, and they sell really quickly and bring in a high dollar amount. These are not the Miller sandals. These are a studded jelly flip-flop in lime. And I thought these would be comparable in terms of bringing in a decent profit and quick sale, but they definitely were not, so lesson learned there. These ones took 230 days to sell. I paid $36.28 for them. They sold for $99.60, so I did end up with a profit of $38.24, but 230 days, definitely way longer than I expected. Another item from the brand Buffy. This one actually was a comforter in a king size. This one took 96 days to sell. I had paid $12.23 for this one. It sold for $130, leaving me $78.27. This next item I took a little bit of a risk on. I left it in its original packaging and just photographed the packaging. I did not get measurements, and it was a jumpsuit, which I feel like fits everyone a little bit differently. So I was so thankful to not get a return on this piece. This is by Ronnie Kobo. This is the Alley leather belted jumpsuit in red. This is such a gorgeous piece. I had paid $28.66. It did take a while to sell, 161 days, probably because I didn't take it out of the packaging and have measurements and all of that. It sold for $182.55, and that left me with a profit of $122.11. I definitely want to keep repeating this and making that kind of profit on a single piece. This next item, I'm almost ashamed to say how long it took to sell. This one took so long, but it was such an amazing piece and it had an insanely high retail price. So I felt like I was just kind of waiting for the right buyer, and it's cashmere. So I thought it definitely had a high value and I kept it priced pretty high. I definitely dropped it over time, but not by much. This gorgeous cashmere sweater is by Michael Kors, and this had faux pearls and rhinestones all over it. This one actually came liquidation. I bought a box of all new with tag items and I paid $2.75 per item. This was definitely the gem of the box. Most of them were not very good. This one definitely was the one that stood out among all of them. This one took 421 days to sell. It sold for $192.45 over on eBay. That left me with a profit of $156.81. And last but not least, the item that definitely surprised me with how much it commanded was this pin collection set. So the brand was Willoughby and Ward, and they have all kinds of pin collections. This one specifically was Peanuts, so it had like Snoopy and Charlie Brown and all of that, but there are many different types and their value does vary. But this one sold for $201.25, which was amazing. It sold 85 days after listing. I had paid $1.50 for this, and it brought me in a profit of $172.61. Now, I am not usually looking in the hard goods at the thrift store. This item kind of fell into my lap. My dad passed away 2 years ago, and after he passed, someone called me and said, hey, your dad was buying my whole Peanuts collection and he was doing it in installments and he was going to surprise you with it. And he only had $200 left in payments. And I want to say it was like 150 items that are like anything and everything Peanuts. So I paid the $200 and I was not interested in having a 150 piece collection sit around my home. And I decided that this is great. I'm a reseller. I'm gonna keep, like, I think I kept 2 items that had some type of sentimental attachment. One was like a Snoopy figurine, but he was dressed up as Elvis, and my dad had the same birthday as Elvis, so I always like thought of that growing up when it was his birthday. So I kept that in memory, and then the rest I was like, great, we'll resell them. So I ended up paying $200 for the collection, which came out to about $1.50 per item. But this definitely has made me more aware of hard goods, because this is something I don't usually deal with, and there can be so much value in them. So it's something, I don't want a bunch of hard goods around, but I don't mind having some, and I definitely want to dabble in it just a little bit. Do you have any experience in selling hard goods? Is there anything that you consistently search out or sell? I'd love to know what you like to sell. And that concludes all 20 items for this video. Definitely, if you like these types of videos, be sure to like it, but also subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. My next video, I'm going to talk about the highest profit I've ever made on a single item, and I'm so excited to share it with y'all. Thanks for watching.